So this week we will talk about Thunderbolt. Okay. Actually, what is Thunderbolt? Okay. So I get from a few articles from the net and we discuss. Okay. Let's open a few. Almost the same. Okay. What is Thunderbolt? Okay. Okay. So which one? Maybe I choose this one. Okay. Thunderbolt is a standard. Okay. Then let's see what they are talking. Okay, Thunderbolt is a type of hardware interface technology. It's like USB or this. Okay. Currently, it's very popular. Okay, it's used in various devices to a PC. Okay, then there are a few standard, three, four. In fact, there's one and two now. Then for this article, they are talking about Thunderbolt 3 and versus Thunderbolt 4. Okay, mainly is the Thunderbolt 3 is a 40 GPS, okay, 15 watt of power running accessory, okay, support 1K, compatible to USB 4. Okay, Thunderbolt 4 now is 2020, so we should see Thunderbolt 4 in the market, maybe not in Singapore, but in other places. So it's also transfer speed 40 Gbps, but mandate as a minimum Thunderbolt 3 is not enforced, right? Then it's also a USB, but the wattage I think is higher. This is 15 watt, 15, and this is what the don't know why I have. Okay, so this is what they say. So so what's the difference is that Thunderbolt 4 can support 4K display and same as USB 4 specs can comply to meet the USB 4 spec. Thunderbolt 4 has double PCIe SSD bandwidth. Okay, three Thunderbolt 3 16 GBS. Now this article also talking is it the same as USB C3? Okay, no, recently incorporated use of Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt, they use USB-C, USB-C connector. Okay. Now, they are not all ports are designed to support Thunderbolt. Okay. Mainly it's the PD which carry power delivery. So you can see the cable will be as a thunder. Okay. How do I know if I have a Thunderbolt port? Okay, two ways to know. Thunderbolt port I connect to your device. USB-C port. Okay, I think your notebook should have indicate all this. If it's a USB-C port, it's normal, it does not show any any lightning. We call this thunder lah, on the thing, on the beside the USB. Okay. Now, there's a Thunderbolt 5 coming out, but it's not so soon. Okay. Uh, so I get this one from this article from this digital trend. Okay. Uh, what about this article thing? Okay. Actually, I'm more interested in the speed now. So USB 2.0, 3.0, Thunderbolt 2, and Thunderbolt 3. Okay, I think it's a transfer speed we are talking. So, USB 2 is up to 480 megabytes. Okay. Then there's a USB 3.0, which we using is 5 Gbps. Okay, quite common. Then there's a Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt we have 10 Gbps. So Thunderbolt 2 will have 20 Gbps. And Thunderbolt 3 is 40 Gbps. This is the okay. And this is see the here. This is represent Thunderbolt port available. This is how I can define. Okay. So Thunderbolt 3 set to become one of the most critical connectivity on modern day computer. Okay. Like USB-C standard connection. Say wondering what is Thunderbolt 3? What does this article explain? Okay, is it backward compatible? Why computer use Thunderbolt 3 instead of USB-C? Okay, Thunderbolt 3 support much wider range of data. Okay, transfer up to 40 Gbps. Thunderbolt 3 support high resolution display daisy chain. You know what's daisy chain? So it actually connect in a chain manner. No need to have a USB hub actually. Or can chain it up together. Then USB-C carry data to USB 3.1 standard. Okay, so USB 4, so only support 10 data. USB 3.1 only support data speed up to 10 Gbps. Okay? So we are talking how does a Thunderbolt work? Thunderbolt work is a hardware interface designed to combine different transfer. Physical connector happen to be a USB-C. I think it's quite common already. It's important to keep in mind that some vendors different Thunderbolt 3 and USB-4, USB-C. For Thunderbolt 3 is actual data transfer protocol. Just when we talk about USB-C, you use a number of different protocols. Okay? So including Thunderbolt 3 or USB 3.1. We put Thunderbolt 3 is backward compatible with USB C device. USB-C computer will not work on the Thunderbolt device. Okay. For a docking station, okay, you might have a USB-C, something like that. So, so Thunderbolt 3 combines different standards, including PCI Express 3.0 DisplayPort, okay, and Thunderbolt at 20 Gbps all in one cable. So you no need to have a lot of cable, just one cable to the docking station. Then it's good. It's enough to support all the things. I think it's a yeah. I mean, I'm looking for other things that you say. The Thunderbolt 3 port support 2 or 4 lane. Whether this will determine your Thunderbolt 3 support 420 Gbps 4 lane or 20 40 Gbps 4 lane or 20 Gbps 2 lane. Okay. So the mechanism is different. Basically, Thunderbolt or PCIe port got so you can from one lane up to I think 8 lanes or what. Can't remember. Then you have quick adapter can connect Thunderbolt 3 to original Thunderbolt device from computer through a Thunderbolt 3 port. Now what is it used for? Now one of the best things is Thunderbolt 3 can be used for wide range of applications. Different mode you can use Thunderbolt 3 to transfer data from one device to another. You can use it with compatible display. Okay. Yeah. So this one illustrate the data transfer. External Thunderbolt 3, a single boot port 3 can transfer speed up to 40 Gbps. Okay. Then you can put a 4K movie 30 seconds and do speed. 4K movie will come out accessible. So you want to have a faster transfer of movie, especially those 4K. You try to have a Thunderbolt device. This one. This one also say video port. Talk about video port. HDMI can support two 4K devices, 60 Hz, using one cable, Thunderbolt 3 cable. Okay. If not, if you use so many cable just to connect to the device, to the the docking station, to the USB-C port, to the PC, to the to the notebook. So so Thunderbolt 3 can transfer power to, okay, just like USB. That means the laptop manufacturer do away with the charging port, allow you to charge your laptop to Thunderbolt 3 port. So I think it's quite common. I think common now, considering the fact that Thunderbolt 3 can transfer up to 100 watts. Laptop can charge quickly. Okay, if you use Thunderbolt 3 docking station, you can connect multiple display data transfer and power a laptop. Just connect to the Thunderbolt 3 the laptop port there. Just with one cable. Okay, then output, then you can charge other things also. Phone, okay, you might have a docking station now. Thunderbolt 3 station. Then with a spot of different protocol used in different situations. This one example, we use a musician and music producer to record multiple tracks of audio without any issue. Okay, so benefit of Thunderbolt 3. doesn't benefit of Thunderbolt 3 pass DisplayPort USB on different connector and port. Thunderbolt 3, however, changed that. Slim laptop only has a few Thunderbolt 3 to support everything you need to connect. So you need an adapter. That means actually what you say you need a docking station. The fact that Thunderbolt 3 use standard USB-C connector is handy too. So you connect everything to the USB port. Okay, USB-C port here. So no need to have so many different type of port lah. Okay. USB-C. Other than that, Thunderbolt 3 compatible with the USB-C connector. How much to if you does not mention me Thunderbolt 340 GPS transfer rate when doing this. Any cable, it shows that you have high quality Thunderbolt 3 cable. You see Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt 3. This one also, this table also show you the speed. USB 4 40 dBs, USB 3.2 20, then you have 3.1 and 2. So there's a 3.0 5 dBs. This one is 2.0 480. I'll talk about USB 4. Talk with you. Let me check. Okay, this article talk about Thunderbolt 3, everything you need to know. Thunderbolt 3 developed by Intel. It's the same as just now. This one got a history. USB 1.0 low speed data port. And after that, year 2000, you have USB 2.0 480, 208, USB 3.0 5 GBs. Then you got Thunderbolt 2010-1. Okay, high speed data and video port. Okay, using the USB 3. And notebook using mini display port. Then you have Thunderbolt 2 increase data and video speed to 20. If you introduce Thunderbolt 2, 20 GPS, USB 3.1, then data speed is 10 GBs. Okay. Mini display port. Okay. And after that, 2014 is Type C USB-C C connector. Okay, the small one, the current one. Then after that, you got Thunderbolt 3, use USB 3.1. 3.1, 10 GBS, and then USB-C 40 GBS. Now this one talk about why is it better. Increase probability, decrease the size of the device. Okay, how to support? Solution, Thunderbolt, faster data and most video bandwidth. Okay, actually this diagram show you different type of port. Okay, all can use with Thunderbolt. Then same. Okay, USB PCM 2.0, 3.0, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt 2, Thunderbolt 3. Okay, so they are saying that just now the article 40 GBS. Okay. Then this one they say Thunderbolt can support up to Thunderbolt 3 can support up to 4K device. Or you use the okay, support 4K device 60 Hz. You can use a docking station and use a single cable to enable can connect to two computer. Okay, more power delivery 85 watt. It means you can power up your notebook using Thunderbolt 3. Your notebook Thunderbolt 3 port. Okay, and after that we talk about dock station. So you want to do all the above. I have a Thunderbolt 3 dock. Okay, so what is Thunderbolt 3 dock? Something where I get from Belkin, so I think all the Belkin product. USB-C port with Thunderbolt 3, so it's compatible. 4K video, 60 Hz. Okay. Talk about transfer rate, so connect up to 80 devices to a single cable. You know how to connect. Then after that you have Ethernet. Then you have a card reader. Okay, 85 watt single cable dock solution. That means this one you just use one cable go to the computer. Then top plus another product so almost the same. This 60 watt only. Single cable dock solution. Okay, just that different device, maybe number of device they connect and the power is different. Okay. This is so connect up to HDMI. Okay, very small. But, so you can connect a network port, connect to network also. This is very small, I think. Window only. Okay. Viewer 4K. 855. So small, okay. Oh, I don't know how big. Okay, size. Okay. Solution. 3 volt. This is the docking station. Port. Port Thunderbolt 3. So 4 and 5 up to 85 watt. 4 and 5. Not see properly like that. I think there is the Thunderbolt signal, so you can only use this port to go to your notebook. This one I think for other things. DC in 170 watt. Oh, DC in. This one 170 watt. Yeah. Got audio in audio out for this. Shit. Okay, so that got data transfer measuring up to, or this one is the, I think it's like the explanation of some explanation. One USB bus, we got 3.1, it's the update of Gen 2 3.2. So they explain some technical terms, jargon. You know. Hmm, see what I have. USB. This one talk about cable. Cable. We don't talk about USB 3, USB 4. Okay. Then publish a speed way of creating fast USB connection to a speed Thunderbolt 3. USB 4 subway show up in laptop elsewhere. Okay, 40 GBS USB 4. And double the maximum current of the 3.2. Like that. Thunderbolt 3 isn't mandatory. Some USB 4 may be. USB 4 come in a single standard. I didn't go through a lot. Pick off some of the common points. We will talk about dynamic bandwidth sharing. One of the best part USB 4 is going to pay attention is how much bandwidth device you are sharing. USB 4 is smart enough to pick frame rates for display while giving external drive for it needs to transfer data. Okay. USB power delivery. USB 4 will include USB power delivery, USB PD, okay, up to 100 watt. Allow okay, on the laptop. USB PD uses intelligent charging, ensure the device charge as much as the charging device can master. Two devices can negotiate charging rates. USB 4 is supposed to be a port size resolution. So meaning it's actually use the same like Type-C connector, USB connector. So this one when it come out, I still don't know. Any other thing I can share? Our Thunderbolt cable. Maybe I share this one. What is Thunderbolt cable? Thunderbolt cable is super speed data video sound developed by Intel and Apple. High-speed cable system gained popularity among other parties. Focus on the history. This article focuses on the history of Thunderbolt. So what is Thunderbolt cable? High-speed data transfer cable that deliver speed up to 40 Gbps and connected to latest version of Thunderbolt supported device. Small lightweight like USB-C or fast both data and power. So in short, Thunderbolt cable is ideal video and data power solution for the Mac PC also yes, PC TV you can monitor. That's what they say. Why is it called a Thunderbolt cable? First time you plug this on your computer, see an image of a lightning bolt on the USB connector. Okay, that means your computer got a lightning bolt. Then can use. Why is it called a Thunderbolt cable? Compare the speed of the lightning itself. Compare the speed of the lightning itself. Thunderbolt cable is the name means fast. What is Thunderbolt? The cable allows people to connect device as fast as the speed of lightning. Average length of the Thunderbolt cable 4 meters. So we got longer one. It's mostly HDMI, DVI, USB cable. Thunderbolt one cable is 2 meters. 7 feet. Some brands make their Thunderbolt 1 and 2 with lengths of 3 meters or more. Thunderbolt 2 and 3 can reach up to 4 meters. That means Thunderbolt 2 and 3 can be longer. Purpose of Thunderbolt cable. Thunderbolt is one of the tools that can improve the spec business. I'm not sure. Okay. If you are not using the best tool, basically depriving of your sound speed and profit. Thunderbolt cable, people not in business but in home smart, not only in business but in home smart. Means at home business you can use everywhere. Okay, this one talk about Thunderbolt 3 delivery. So you got cable, okay, this is a notebook. So you can have power 100 watt, more pixel, 4K, connect, more speed 40 Gbps to call. You can connect different ports using Thunderbolt cable. Transfer data like audio, really ideal for performing tasks and backup. So can be used to charge device. This cable has been used for a few years, slowly become a standard. So next time will be Thunderbolt cable, not USB cable. To support Apple Thunderbolt cable. I think it's for Apple now. Which device is Thunderbolt cable suitable for? The include Thunderbolt cable used for Apple products. Digital monitor, laptop, hard drive. It means almost every common device What's the history of Thunderbolt? Oh, history is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Today, recognize along the speed attribute. Thunderbolt was developed by Apple and Intel in 2011. Yeah, I think talk about history. And who invented? Developed by Apple and Intel. Alternative to USB 2.0. So they also explain what type of Thunderbolt cable. Four type, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or can be differentiated by feature, length, price. So they talk about Thunderbolt 1 carry 10 GBS, okay, faster than USB 2.0 firewire 800. Thunderbolt 1 offer ability to connect one device to another with a maximum distance of 3. Heavy audio and signal daisy chain. Daisy chain and Thunderbolt 2 listen as fast as 20 GBS. 4K up to 5 devices. How many devices? Let me see. And Thunderbolt 3 high performance cable, okay, 40 GBS. Thunderbolt 3 how fast? Twice as fast as Thunderbolt 2. USB-C cable is 20, just twice the speed of this. Support up 4K or 5K. Thunderbolt 4 speed 40 bidirectional. So cable security, set of data enabled. Not sure about here. Denial of service attack enabled by overloading a Thunderbolt hub with too many. Direct memory attack possible by plugging device to bypass PCI password. When this attack, that means he was talking that this is the con of those data. Actually, this data go through the PCI, not through the normal port. Talk about bandwidth. Cable bandwidth speed is the speed at which data can be transferred to and from device. And Thunderbolt cable bandwidth includes Thunderbolt 1 GPS. And daisy chain up to 6 devices. Keyboard hard drive. And Thunderbolt 2 20 GBS. Then of this you can move which fast faster. Thunderbolt 3 is 40. Thunderbolt 3 technology reduce time and it takes to transfer data from external device and make it large transfer device. And you got 4 the same speed, cable connecting to any device. A solution. Okay. Actually, Thunderbolt can support video transmission. So these are the things. Thunderbolt 4, we got 5K, 4K, 2 and 3, 2K, Thunderbolt 1. Prices. This one more, you got one interested. cable is usually quite comparable. Costs anywhere from 12 to over 300 length brand. So you find that wow, so expensive. Thunderbolt 3 cable after storage response. Oh, this is the market share. So just tell you that it's going to be more popular. This is the spec. Okay. So, cable spec. Thunderbolt 1 easy connection up to this device. GPS support 250 to 2056 to 6060. This is 2K device. And Thunderbolt 2 support TV tuning, also support for same device, same six. Then we follow offer speed 20 Gbps support. Resolution of 4K. Then Thunderbolt 3 again higher, some more 40 Gbps connect. Up to 6 device support 4K resolution. For support daisy tuning, okay, up to 5 or 4K 120 Hz. 40 Gbps benefit. This is a display port. Use Thunderbolt cable to connect Thunderbolt accessible device. Ideal for connecting device. So Thunderbolt 3 up to 40, 4 times. Okay. For up to for up to for up to the device is the compatible. Thunderbolt cable made of high quality material. Then for lightweight. Then what are the cons? Few flaws consideration. Thunderbolt is a feature cable. First, not many laptop. That means I think those old laptop cannot use. So you have to use other so you have to find those modern I mean new models that can able to support So I told you to do just recently. So only those computer that is notebook that you bought recently, maybe 1 year before can okay. Then you got the price, cable adapter are a bit expensive. To me it's expensive So you once you invest you may not want to use back USB or HDMI. Okay. Problem and solution. Also got all kind of problem. Usually handle the device are hooked up, nothing else, not working. Okay. After the Thunderbolt cable is inserted, it may still show cable not detected or fail to connect. Wow, this kind of case, I don't know. This one, after was saying this, they have this problem. So you check the cable is open or inserted, you check the computer is off, turn it on again. Then you have to change Thunderbolt cable. Can Thunderbolt connection used for monitor? Yes, Thunderbolt can be used for monitor. Allow you to connect Thunderbolt device for monitor with a single cable. Then it integrates data, video clip, display capability in a single interface. Latest version of Thunderbolt connection provide ultra fast transfer speed, 40 Gbps. Okay, then what is Thunderbolt dock? Okay, open your door, press the connection. Connect your laptop to multi-purpose. It's a docking station now. I think we ever mentioned before. So you use one of these connect to all your device, then one cable to your notebook. That's all. You miss that now. Huh? So what is Thunderbolt connector? Adapter. Thunderbolt adapter is designed to convert one signal to Thunderbolt, allowing you to utilize high speed without compromising any video or audio transfer. Support up to 4K display. Something like that. But this is O1, this is not USB-C. This is a display port. So display port to Thunderbolt adapter. Convert display port. This one now. Then you got HDMI. How to convert Thunderbolt to C Type C. Convert Thunderbolt to need buy a Thunderbolt to Type C adapter. And plug one adapter. This one I think quite straightforward. This one also the same. Okay. HDMI. Then VGA, this VGA. Buy a Thunderbolt VGA converter. Right. A Thunderbolt laptop to a VGA device. The other one talk about difference between Thunderbolt and USB-C. Thunderbolt C may seem the same thing, but actually they are quite different. Thunderbolt up to 40 Gbps, USB-C has data rate is 20. Some Thunderbolt port have a nightly single or something like that. Or USB-C does not have. Difference between Thunderbolt and Mini. Thunderbolt ports have many similarities to Mini. The main difference are resolution. Thunderbolt 5K transfer speed, mini display point, and Thunderbolt transfer speed faster than the mini. This one they provide power. Thunderbolt more advanced than mini display port. Thunderbolt can charge your device for mini display port. Simply put, if you want the latest technology on the market, don't settle for outdated. Let's upgrade to Thunderbolt 3 monitor or display. Okay. Thunderbolt 3. This is normal USB. The main difference is that Thunderbolt can move data quickly, HD data quickly. Actually, all almost the same. Okay, all the articles. Mm. How about Wikipedia? Brand name of hardware interface for connection of external peripheral to a computer. This from Wikipedia. Talk about interface. Combine PCI Express DisplayPort into two serial signal and additionally provide DC power in all in one cable. Can connect up to 6 devices. Okay, so everything almost explain. Every article explain almost the same thing. You know? We try to pick up those things. That's fine. I'm not talk about the port here. Oh, don't have a okay, Thunderbolt controller multiplex one or more individual data links from connected PCIe and DisplayPort for transmission to via two duplex Thunderbolt links and multiplex for for use by PCI and DisplayPort. Okay, this is how it works. Uh, six Thunderbolt device via hub, a single Thunderbolt port, and daisy chain or daisy chain. Single display monitor can be connected. Thunderbolt can be implemented. Okay, before that, what is connected to Thunderbolt port. Signal with four lanes. It's a bit technical. Thunderbolt can implement PCI graphic card that we just take one off. Think of history. Can go to Wikipedia to read. Thunderbolt one to put some sort to data port. So blah 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 blah. Thunderbolt two top out. Still the same, but in more elaborate. Identical Thunderbolt 1 cable compatible with Thunderbolt 2. Thunderbolt 2 enables channel application to separate 10 GBS channel combined with single logical 20 off. So Intel said Thunderbolt 2 will transfer 4K video for simultaneously display on it on the monitor. So Thunderbolt 2 incorporate DisplayPort 1.2. Then what is Thunderbolt 3? Here you can see Thunderbolt 3 is a hardware interface developed by Intel. Share USB-C connected to USB require special active cable for maximum performance. Over 0.5 meter compared to Thunderbolt 3, allow up to 4. So actually all almost the same thing. This one you can offer 3 varieties for each double port PCIe 2 times Thunderbolt 3 port, single port 2.0, provide one Thunderbolt 3 port. This is the configuration. Let's talk about USB 4. USB 4. Then USB 4 released in August 2019 based on Thunderbolt 3 protocol spec. To USB 4 big use of PCIe. Any other thing Thunderbolt 4 announced? Okay, after Thunderbolt 4 come out July 2020 last year. Okay, what's the difference Thunderbolt 3 and 4? Bandwidth, minimum bandwidth requirement 32 for PCIe link. Support Dual 4K. All of so don't want to go through everything. More interesting. Oh, cable. Controller. And lastly, exchange. Okay, Thunderbolt 5, 80. This is quite recent. Okay, just get it. So, 2 weeks ago. Making noise or two Thunderbolt 4 40 GPS, two 4K resolution, 8K, because bandwidth support high resolution. The next version of Thunderbolt or Thunderbolt 5. So they are right now they are working on Thunderbolt 5. I think it's the first of the spec first are not so sure. Okay. For those Thunderbolt 4 cable up to 50 meters should be available next year, or can go up to 50 meters very long. We have previous generation of the cable of 50 meters. Okay, so this is so they are developing. Yeah, but this is from Dell. I take Thunderbolt 3, Thunderbolt technology, like the hardware interface combine data, video, audio. So it's basically Thunderbolt is actually a kit. It's a technology that interface everything into one single cable. You need to buy a lot of cable like data cable, audio 45, video cable, HDMI, and two audio cable. Just buy one time. Buy this cable should be able to support everything. So provide DC power. Pin connectors. USB-C connector one. Comparing Thunderbolt 3 over USB-C. Thunderbolt 3 uses Type-C connector from USB up to 130 watt. So 40 GBA. The key feature of Thunderbolt 3. Now we should use Thunderbolt 3. I think we mentioned it. So this table tells you the speed transfer rate. Different type of Thunderbolt capable device available are hard drive, IO hubs. So in other words, almost all the peripherals nowadays should be making use of Thunderbolts already. The physical connections that Thunderbolt use. Use a connector that fits mini display port. What are the requirements? Thunderbolt device, certified cable, some with copper optical variant. Okay. How do I find out if my computer display of cable is Thunderbolt cable? Then the port is appearance physical is the same as mini display port to confirm you have a Thunderbolt port display next to it. That means the port should have a Thunderbolt signal lah. The connector must have also. Can I connect USB device to a Thunderbolt? Yes. Okay. So much only. Okay. See what I have. This one. I share this one with you. Difference. Okay, one last one. USB 4 Thunderbolt 4 device launch to last year. That means last year. Bundle with power cables with cloud pack. So talk about working for deeper technical analysis before. But in the meantime, we have to provide high level overview. So we get actually this one the history of the connector. 96 type A and B, USB, we have a mini, we have a micro, Thunderbolt 2011, Thunderbolt 2013, Type C is 2014, USB Type C, then it come out 2015 Thunderbolt 3 Type E, 2019 USB 4 and Thunderbolt 4 is 2020. If you are using computer with 4 USB members, okay. Bus or USB the connector more well with person. USB has become a full function. Type A, Type B, Type C, Type A is being rectangular. Now so we use type A. So B also got use. Mini and micro USB. So maybe this one explain more. Thunderbolt 3 different. Okay, Thunderbolt 3 one display. Thunderbolt 4 to display 4K 4K. Then we got here they say 40 GBS, right? So it's PCIe 16 GBS 3.2 10 GBS. So we PCIe I think it's 32. So probably use 4 lane 3.2 Mbps. Hard to tell to apart. Both share same standard. Every Thunderbolt 3 device should be able to just do anything Thunderbolt 4 device can do. Establish compared to version 3 Thunderbolt 4 require a stricter set of capabilities certified. So every Thunderbolt 4 laptop support 2 4K and 1 8K or by contrast Thunderbolt 3 only support 1 4K monitor. Some Thunderbolt 3 support 2 4K or even 1 8K, while others only support 1 4K. Thunderbolt 4 require PCIe. This is the port or motherboard, the interface. 32 GBS for storage of 3000. Double window. I like mouse. Thunderbolt 4 works on harder on. What's the difference between USB 4 and Thunderbolt 4? So USB 4 on display and Thunderbolt 4 to display. Okay. Other than that, nothing much. Okay. Sorry, I speak dry or anything. Just a explanation of different specs. So any other thing?